I'm here at the range with my MP5 SD. It's actually an AP5 SD, but this just recently came back from getting converted to an actual SD. So I had that factory barrel swapped out. You can't really see it, but underneath here is a ported SD barrel. So the second that round enters the barrel, after about a couple inches, it starts bleeding off gas into the suppressor, and that's what makes SD MP5 so quiet. They have a specific SD suppressor. So once you have this barrel installed, you need an SD suppressor for it to actually function. So fortunately for me, now I do have a high-tech 12-inch SD suppressor on order, but with anything I love to have a variety, and as luck has it, the day that my AP5 SD came back from conversion, I also received the Broad River Tactical SD adapter. So for those of you not familiar with Broad River Tactical, they make SDAR uppers, and they recently started making these SD adapters, which will allow you to use standard suppressors on an SD type of firearm, like their AR uppers or an MP5 SD like I have here today. So this actual suppressor is an Silencer Co. Omega 36M. And if you look back here, I have an adapter from Echo Machine that allows me to attach their SD adapter. So their SD adapter is available with Alpha threads, Bravo threads, and the Wolfman thread. So there's 3 options available. The 36M has Charlie threads, so that's why I'm running this adapter on here right now. And this looks really long, but this is actually 12 inches, which is the same length as the full-size high-tech SD can and any other clone SD can out there. So really cool option. And if you want an SD, but you don't want to invest in a whole new suppressor and tack stamp, this is going to be an awesome option for you as well. And I'm going to be firing this today for the first time. I have my 36M and I also have my Omega 9K. So I'm going to try both of them out just to see how the different lengths sound using this Broad River Tactical SD adapter. So you can tell by the length of this is going to sit down here inside the handguard, and there are some threads on the actual barrel itself that are back here. So that's what that is threading into. And there is the 36M with the Broad River Tactical adapter installed on the AP5 SD. Let's take it downrange and send some rounds through it. We're downrange with the AP5 SD. I'm going to be firing some rounds into the berm just to get an idea of how this is going to sound. This was converted by High Tech Arms, and they recommend using 124 grain NATO ammunition. So that's what I'm going to start off with today. This is my first shots through this using this Broad River Tactical adapter on the 36M. Let's see how it sounds. Very quiet, hearing safe, no baffle strikes. Awesome. So what I'm going to do for science now is try out some 115 grain rounds. These ones are Perfecta. See if I can notice any difference. Not sure if I notice much difference. Sounds really good as well. Now, what I'm really interested to see is what a supersonic round, or I'm sorry, a subsonic round is going to sound like through here. These are 147 grain spears. They are subsonic. They may not cycle. Let's find out. So the subsonics do cycle, which is cool. Just additional options there. I didn't really notice much of a difference in sound with the subsonic. So that's the cool thing about the MP5 SD or any type of SD firearm, is it bleeds that gas off, makes any round subsonic. So you can just get commonly available 115s, 124 grain 9mm ammunition, run it through your SD, and it's going to be super quiet, hearing safe, and a really cool setup. So now what I want to try is I'm going to go ahead and swap my 36M for my Omega 9K, and let's see how that sounds on the AP5 SD. I have my Omega 9K attached to the Broad River Tactical adapter here. This one does not require any adapters to attach it to the adapter because this is the Alpha thread adapter. So there you go there. Again, these are available with Bravo threads and those Wolfman threads as well. The 36M on here was the same length as the 12-inch full-size SD suppressor. The Omega 9K on the Broad River Tactical adapter is 9 inches, which is the same length as the compact or shorter SD suppressor. So between these two cans, I have both lengths set up, and I can just swap them back and forth using that Broad River Tactical adapter. So that worked out really well. I didn't have to buy a new suppressor for the AP5 SD, and I have both the long and short configurations available. So let's go ahead, attach it, and see how it sounds. There is the Omega 9K attached, a little bit shorter, just slightly longer than my light that I have installed there. So another cool option. Let's see. I'll start off, this time let's start off with the 115s. All right, 115 grain. First shots. All right, little bit louder than the 36M. Not bad, still hearing safe. I can definitely notice a difference in sound volume. This is the 124 grains. Again, not a huge difference between the 124s and the 115s. Let's try our subsonics. Let's see if these cycle, how they sound. Again, about the same. So there you have the 36M and the Omega 9K on the Broad River Tactical adapter running in my AP5 SD and MP5 SD clone. A couple different varieties of suppressors I can run using that same adapter there. Don't have to get an additional tack stamp if you don't want to. So, you know, hard to say no. It's a great option to have for this thing. So let me know what you think about that setup down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.